What's up, everybody? Jason Moss here. For those on LinkedIn and YouTube, bear with me. Just getting my stream set up over on Facebook because there is a delay. All right, I think it's working now. Let me just double check real quick. Okay, it's working. All right, let's get started. So, all right, it's working. Sorry about that. I'll get better at this. The streaming is just so weird now because of Facebook's rules with Facebook groups. Trying to stream live into my group, and they don't let you do it directly anymore. So you have to use you have to go a roundabout way instead of streaming directly to it. You can still stream directly to a profile or a page, but not directly to a group. I'm using like StreamYard to do everything, and I don't know. It's very annoying. I don't know why they did that. I think they should lean in to groups because Facebook groups are the best. Everybody else is trying to build a community to compete with them, and like they're not even trying to, um, improve the Facebook groups when it is such a big appeal to a lot of people. I love Facebook groups, especially the active ones. But yeah, I feel like they should lean into that a little bit more. But let's get started. Hopefully you guys are hydrating today. I got the Guru Wild Ruby Red. It is one of my favorite flavors. But yeah, let's get started. We have some real estate investor SEO questions that have been coming in. And so I just want to get these answered for everybody and help people out because SEO is hard, right? It shouldn't be as hard as it is, but there's so much bad information out there. It can get confusing. All right. So let's hop into the questions. Question number 1 from Benjamin is it smart to buy expired domains for redirects, or is that a black hat, or is that black hat stuff that'll get me penalized? All right. It's a good question. If you don't know exactly what you're doing, I wouldn't do it. Okay. I'll put it like that. It's not worth it. You can definitely get some juice. You can definitely get a big boost if you know what you're doing, but it's more of an advanced tactic. A lot of people will start like a lot of affiliate guys do this tactic where they buy an expired domain for a couple $1,000s because it already has hundreds and hundreds of links built to it, and then they'll build a new site off of it. But you usually need a bigger budget for it. It's more of an advanced tactic. You really have to know what kind of links are already built to it. You want your new site to be kind of themed around those links as well, so it's relevant. So, I mean, there's just a lot better and cheaper ways to go about it. I wouldn't say it's definitely black hat or gray hat. I don't know. I don't really get into the whole black hat, white hat type thing. I'm all about the green hat. What's going to make me money at the end of the day? What's going to get those websites ranked, right? But we do want to have longevity, right? That tactic does work, but it's more of an advanced thing. It's not something I would necessarily recommend. And yeah, you can get penalized if you're getting really weird domains that have no relevance. You probably would be safe if they are relevant, but I wouldn't do more than 1 or 2 for one specific site. Like if you have just if like your whole backlink profile is expired domains with redirects, that's going to be fishy, right? Because it's not natural. All right. You have to do the things that are natural. So I wouldn't necessarily recommend it unless you know exactly what you are doing. Okay. Question number 2 from Harper. What are some quick wins for on on-page SEO that I can do myself without hiring anyone? There's a few of them. On-page SEO is very important. It's something that's overlooked because everybody focuses on backlinks, and all the backlinks in the world are not going to help you if your on-page SEO is bad. So the easiest, quickest wins on-page SEO is your page titles. Okay, making sure you have the keyword that you're trying to rank for in the page title, and then also your H1 tag. Okay, you want one H1 tag on your page. All right, have that be your main keyword. All right, your H2 tags, like the next headings, all right, should be variations or secondary keywords of that main keyword. Okay, of the H1, right? So your page title is your main keyword, your H1 is your main keyword, and then the URL matters as well. If you can get the keyword in the URL, that does help a lot, but I don't like to do it if it's kind of spammy, or not spammy, if it looks funny and it makes the URL much longer. Now for blog post, it's much easier to do that because you're making the title of your blog post usually with your keyword in it. But if you're talking like city pages, I personally am not a fan of making your city page like sell my house fast St. Louis. I just like to do St. Louis. But that's just me. And then I still rank like that, especially for national pages where you're having a ton, national sites where you have a ton of different pages. I don't want all those pages to be sell my house fast St. Louis, sell my house fast Corpus Christi, sell my house fast Indianapolis. Like it's kind of spammy to me. But yeah, the easiest ones have your keyword in the page title and have your keyword in the H1, and also make sure the keyword is somewhere in the content of the page. Okay. A lot of times people are like, why am I not ranking for this keyword? And then I do a little audit on it. And it's like, your keyword's not even on your page, dude. Like you got to try a little bit here. Put the keyword on there. Right. So that's the easiest stuff to do. Page title, H1, and then just make sure it's in the content. All right, that's a good question. Next question from William. Do social signals from Facebook or Instagram actually help with Google rankings? Answer to that is yeah, of course. Google does look at those social signals. All right. They do want to see that you have shares and clicks and traffic from Facebook or Instagram. It really makes sense, right? It's natural, right? If you're getting traffic and clicks from social sites, it's going to help with your rankings. It is something that they definitely look at. Now, years ago, there used to be like services, and I'm sure there still are services for it, where you can artificially get social signals. And it used to work, but I don't think it really works that much anymore. It's kind of something that Google kind of picked up on, and I don't think it really works that well anymore. But definitely, if you can get some real signals, some shares and some traffic, referral traffic from those, it definitely does help. All right. And I'm thinking about email marketing. How does that tie into SEO for real estate leads? All right. And excuse me, I got a cough. I have a nasty cough going on. All right. Sorry about that. All right. I'm thinking about email marketing. How does that tie into SEO for real estate leads? What kind of email marketing are you talking about? Because if you're a real estate investor, who are you emailing besides homeowners? And how are you getting a homeowner list? And how is that relevant? So I need more context on that question. Unless this is a warm list, like old leads or something like that you're emailing. But essentially, if you're emailing like old leads, you're gonna get brand searches. People are gonna see that email. They're gonna see your brand name. They're gonna look you up. They're gonna look up your name. They're gonna try to find out who you are before they contact you. Like, who is this guy and why is he emailing me and what's this offer, right? So definitely, that's how I would see it. You're gonna get brand searches, and so you want to be ranking for your brand name. That's super important. I teach that all the time. But other email marketing to like homeowners, I don't know. Maybe I'm reading that question wrong. Maybe just send me a little bit more context, Evelyn. But that's my thoughts on that. Next question is from Henry. Hey, does having a mobile friendly site give you a boost, or is that just basic now? I mean, you definitely need a mobile site. I don't know very many sites that aren't mobile anymore. Almost everything is mobile. If you don't have a mobile site, I guarantee you're not going to show up for mobile searches. Google is not going to show your website. Now, if it's only a desktop only site, you will show up for like desktop searches, but most of the search traffic these days is from mobile. So you definitely need a mobile site. Yeah, so I would say, yeah, it is basic now. Almost every site is mobile friendly. Any platform that you are building on is going to do that automatically for you. Okay. Next question from Aria. What's a good way to track my competitors' backlinks without spending a fortune on tools? All right. That's a good question because there are some expensive tools out there. And bear with me. I'm just checking on one thing real quick. Okay. All right. So I would say Ahrefs. They do have a plan right now that's only 29 bucks a month, and you can track your competitors as long as you're not trying to do a whole bunch of stuff, because they do have limits on that smaller plan. If you're just tracking like a few of your competitors and your website and whatnot, that $29 a month option is probably perfectly fine for you. There's other tools out there on the market, but Ahrefs is really, really good. It gives you a lot of good insight. That's what I use, and it's what a lot of us SEOs use. So I would do Ahrefs. You might have to search around for that $29 plan. It could be a little difficult to find because I don't know if they just have it on their website. So you might have to search around for that, but I do know they have a $29 plan. All right. Next question from Michael. Should I focus on long tail keywords first, like we buy ugly houses in neighborhood or city, right? No, you should not. You should focus on your brand searches. Okay. I teach this all the time. Focus on your brand searches before you try to rank for your money keywords, as I like to call it, like sell my house fast city, we buy houses city, or we buy ugly houses in city. Okay. Before you try to rank for that stuff, you have to rank for your branded keywords. Now you can go ahead and you can put up your city pages with all that content about sell my house fast and we buy houses. You can have them up, but they're most likely not going to rank until you establish your brand. Okay. You have to establish your brand. You have to rank for your brand searches. You want your Google business profile popping up. You want your website popping up for your brand search. And you want other things like your social sites or a trusted REI listing or a number of other sites that are built around your brand. Okay. You need those ranking first before going after those long tail money keywords. All right. Google loves brands. You have to establish it. All right. Do a press release on your brand name. I talked about this just a couple lives ago. Do the press release on your brand name and hyperlink, like use your brand name as the hyperlink back to your website. That's really going to help out. Press releases can go a long way with something like that. Okay. Next question and last question from Scarlett. Is there a way to see what my visitors are actually doing on my website when they visit? It's a very good question, Scarlett. Yes, there is, and there are tools for that. One of the most popular tools for a long time was, I think it was called Hotjar, but it was like $100 a month. But it was really cool at the time because they were the first ones. And basically, when a website visitor goes onto the website, it kind of records where their mouse is going at all times, what they click on, where the mouse goes. So it kind of tells you what they're looking at, what pages they go to, whatnot. But there's newer tools out on the market, and the one I use is Clarity, which is Microsoft Clarity. Okay. Very, very simple to use, and it is 100% free. They might have a paid plan. I don't know, but I've never paid them. I just use the free stuff, and it's easy. You just install the script, just like you're installing like Google Search Console or Analytics or something like that. And it runs in the background. You never even know it's there. The visitors never know it's there. But then, after a few days, you got some traffic pushing through your website. Go log into Microsoft Clarity, look at your website, and you can see all the different visits, and you can see what pages that they visited, where their mouse moved. Like, you can do hot maps over a certain period of time saying, oh, this page was clicked on, or this area was hovered over like way more than any other part of the page, and how much is above the fold. Like, you can kind of get a great idea on how people are looking at your website. Are they scrolling down? Why isn't this being taken action on? Well, people aren't even getting down there. They're clicking on this first, and you can see all of that. It's awesome. So it's Microsoft Clarity. Just Google search that, and I think it's like clarity.microsoft.com. I could be wrong on that, but very, very simple to install. But that's what I would use, Scarlett. And like I said, it's 100% free as far as I know. I've never paid them, but I use it on all my websites. So, yep. So that wraps up today. We will have more questions coming in. We might even have another live here tomorrow, because we always are getting more questions. So, appreciate your time. If you guys have questions, drop them in the comments. I'm here to help you out with that, answer anything that you might have. And I will see you guys in the next video. Thanks.